You know, with that fight, with your last fight, I mean, that it was just an amazing special fight. Do you get that feeling somewhere during the fight where you're thinking like, holy cow, I'm in, I'm in one of those fights that people are going to talk about?
Not really. You know, it's a high stress situation, so you get tunnel vision. You know, I mean, I knew that after the first round, it was a pretty crazy round. So I was fired up. I heard the crowd was fired up. You know, and I feed off that energy. But after that, I was pretty tired. So I was just like, all right, get through it. You know, keep leaning forward. Just keep the pressure on and get through it, and look for an opening, try to put them away.
Yeah. Have you rewatched it?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I haven't watched it yet. No, I haven't watched it yet.
Like with all the blood loss that was going on, that's another thing. Did you realize that you were just like donating pints to the canvas?
Well, I was on bottom for a little bit, so I definitely got a good appreciation of the blood because some went in my face and mouth and stuff like that. So, yeah, it was. It was a weird one because my fight with at UFC 100 with Danzig was bloody as well, but that was just normal. It was slippery. This one, there was something on the canvas and it was like a little gritty, so it was kind of gross. Like, tied up with them, and it just feels you could feel that there was like dirt in it or something, and it was a little nasty.
That was that stuff they were putting down to clean the canvas up.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are you disappointed Lausanne got the mat instead of you?
I have nothing I'm going to do with the mat. I'm not I'm not a collector of things. So, it was a cool gesture for Dana to give it to me.
Now you mentioned the Danzig fight, and it seems to be becoming more and more of a tradition for you that you get in these bloody wars. Is that something you want to avoid in the future, or are you like whatever's whatever?
I'd prefer not to. Yeah. When the fight becomes bloody, it becomes slippery, and I have a pressure-based jiu-jitsu game that makes it more difficult. I actually knew that if this fight lasted, it was going to get bloody. I told my manager, Mike Constantino, his father, Big Vin, about a week before the fight. I said, I hope you're not squeamish, because I'd been training my Muay Thai for the last couple of years, and I'm finally getting to the point where I have to prevent myself from elbowing my training partners. So I knew that, when I was, cut loose inside the cage, that they were going to start going. And while I'm trying to knock the guy out with them, an elbow is a pointy thing. So, I knew that if the fight lasted, he was probably going to be cut up.
When you were on the bottom and you were looking at his cut, because that was a massive. I mean, anything gross in that you saw?
It was just all red. Really not focusing on anything like that.
So you're kind of looking right up at him.
Yeah, more. Yeah, everything kind of just blurs out. You don't even see the facial features or anything like that. So.
I know it's only been a month, but how soon do you want to get back into it?
As soon as possible. Yeah, I came out pretty healthy. Just little bumps and bruises here and there. And, I was hoping possibly to greet Alvarez, but that kind of fell through.
So that's the one, huh?
Well, I'd like a crack at him, but
It's in Jersey too.
Yeah, well, I guess I heard yesterday that that's not
the judge didn't allow it.
I'm not going to sit around and wait. I'm going to beat somebody else in the meantime.
Anyone else you're looking at specifically, or
nobody specifically? I want a big fight. I've got 14 fights in the UFC, and 11 of them are main card, and a bunch of them are co-mains, a couple main events. So, I want a big fight that can stay up there and keep me in the top of the card.
Dana had kind of implied that if that stuff worked out with Alvarez, that maybe they had some people in mind for a fight club for New Jersey. Did you ask for him specifically?
No, I didn't ask for him specifically.
Just knew it would be a good one.
Yeah, just knew it was, knew that they would need somebody good to put against them, and I was hoping I could get the opportunity.
Yeah.
How much say do you guys have, both of you? Do you have any say in who you fight at all? Like, can you say, I want to fight this guy, or I don't like that fight, or whatever? Do you have any?
Me personally, I stay out of it, and my manager will, throw out a name here and there, but my job's to fight, so that's what I do. Whoever they decide to give me, I'll take.
Same thing. Yeah, I just kind of wait. The UFC just kind of tells me, and I'm like, all right.
Do you think it would help either one of you get the fights you want if you were to be more vocal, if you were to call them out, or doing all the trash talk that some other fighters have turned to?
Yeah, I'm trying a little bit, but I can't pull a Chael Sonnen. Yeah, I mean, it's proven to help. But if you look at every single champion, then they're just not that guy. They're all humble champions and not talking trash. And I think that's probably what both of us want to be. You know, you don't want to be, you know, a guy who's always talking but not really living up to what you're saying. So.
Can I get your perspective as a fighter and potential opponent of Anderson? Why do you think he's so good? Why has he been successful during the years? I mean, it seems like he's had, you know, sort of different types of...
I just think he's really athletic, and I think the number one thing that he does out there that sets him apart from a lot of people is he's just so relaxed, and he's great at making you feel like you shouldn't be in the cage with him. He gets in your head. You start circling, you follow him, and then you start thinking, what's going to happen when he actually starts getting aggressive, and then you start second guessing yourself. You know, so he does a great job of getting in people's head and staying relaxed.
So have you already started to think about what your plan of attack would be against him?
I mean, I'm just going to do me like I do at every fight. It wouldn't be any different. You know, go in there and fight, you know, and obviously mix it up, you know, especially against him. I'm definitely going to be looking for the takedown. I'm not going to be standing and banging.
You're kind of the belief that he doesn't want to fight anymore, right?
I mean, it seems like he's avoiding it at all costs at this point.
Why do you think that is for him? What do you think that he sees in you that he doesn't get in there with?
I'm a big, strong, young, athletic wrestler with good submissions. I think that's a bad matchup for him. I think he knows that, and he's making millions of dollars outside the cage based on being the undefeated UFC champion, untouchable. And if Chris Weidman, who a lot of people don't know, goes in there and takes that away from him, it's not good for him.
Don't you think what you just said there is part of it? Chris Weidman, a lot of people don't know. Do you think that's part of it?
Well, that's what he's running with, but it doesn't matter. Tyler Slater's he fought, Cote he fought. I mean, there's lots of, to give him a couple. As far as name recognition, he's fought a lot of good guys, but it's not like he only was going to fight big names. You know? I have confidence in the UFC that they can sell the fight, so it's not that.
Well, and it's all about getting the position too. Like Glover was the guy that a lot of people didn't want to fight, and now he's in the co-main event. So if they give you that spot on Fox, I mean, that could be what breaks you through.
Yeah, I know. I'm down for that too. Whatever, you know.
How scared are you of the fact that, you know, I mean, he talks so much about George, and then now John Jones is there, and so, like, you know, he may go a long time without even defending the title if they put those fights together.
Oh, I'm not scared. If you want to do a super fight, I'm totally cool with that, but not GSP, like John Jones, you know. And then if you're going to do that, you know, you got to give up the belt. You know, if you're going to be out for a long time, it's not fair to the middleweights, you know. Right.
Jim, did you see all of the pictures that Joe was posting of his face after? Do you get a little twinge of pride from something like that?
A little bit. You know, it's yeah, you know, it's like the line in Fight Club where he says, "I want to destroy something beautiful." You know, I wanted to destroy something creepy. That's his Eugene name, right? No, yeah, you know, it's I don't know, you know, yeah, a little bit of pride. You know,
Yeah.
I know it's the effect of the strikes that I landed.
Have you spoken with him since?
No, I haven't yet.
Jim, you know, I asked Chris about Anderson. You know, he's in the same division. What about you? As just a fight fan, you look at him. Why do you think he's so good?
Better say something nice.
You know how he doesn't have to worry.
Puts together, you know, that elbow on Munoz was beautiful. I mean, I gave me chills watching it. You know, and here's a guy that grew up as a wrestler and you know, has a great submission game, but then you're throwing out these you know, kind of awkward strikes. You know, and it proves that he's in there, he's in the gym, and he's training hard and wanting to become a better fighter, a more well-rounded fighter. That's something that I hold, you know, deeply in my heart, because that's the same thing that I'm trying to do. You know, and it's something that I appreciate a lot of. And when I'm watching guys fight, that's what I want to see. I want to see guys develop and get better and evolve. You know, just because I want to see the sport grow.